is anybody interested in a practical experience of 5 or 10 minutes where we can actually touch a little bit of where this question is and maybe do a bit of an embodied breakthrough? Anybody interested in something like that? All right, a couple of you, amazing. It's gonna be delicious. It's gonna be juicy, and I hope it will help us bump up against some of what we're talking about. So if you would go ahead and pass out the grapes. We're using something that often gets used in communion in this sacramental context. Thank you everyone for being here. No need to stick around for the embodiment practice, but if you do, I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. Thank you for being here. So as you all are taking these grapes, try to resist the urge to eat it. In our society, let me back up. In the biblical context, eating together was one way of committing porneia. I bet you didn't know that. It is. However, what porneia meant was selling yourself to something other than to God, to love, to the Christian community, which is what makes the practice and sacrament of communion so beautiful, because this is a recommitment of ourselves to God. It is the meaning behind the experience. What I want to invite us into, though, here is an experience of something called sensuality. If you've read those lists, which you have in the Bible, sensuality shows up. And what that means is something different than engaging with the senses of the body. So what I want to practice with us is going through a shift from consuming, which is how we are taught to do everything in our culture, is we take, we consume, and begin to co-create with this grape. And it's really easy to do this. First of all, I want you to hold it in your hand. And can you feel the weight of this grape on your hand? We're going to start to activate our senses. Can you feel this in your hand? There's something that is not you that is now present. Take a look at this. Notice the color. Maybe roll it around. See the speckles on here. We're taking time to actually let ourselves notice, to be present with. Maybe imagine what it would taste like. And I'm going to tell you these are muscadine grapes, so what's on the inside hiding is delicious, and there are also some seeds inside, so when we bite in, bite carefully. But think about the history. Where did this grape come from? Where did it grow in the earth? Maybe smell it. Can you smell anything? We are activating all of our senses, but in doing this, we are in fact giving ourselves, contributing ourselves to this experience. And what a lot of us are used to doing with food, as with sex, is saying, I'm hungry, ate it. I'm horny, done it. And it takes time to actually drop into the experience and shift from the consumer mindset into the co-creator mindset, where we are becoming one with and recognizing, did you know this grows out of the same soil that the rest of your body comes from? Did you know we are all consuming the same grape? Did you know that when you eat this, it becomes part of who you are? The story of this grape is either going to be something beautiful or something just blah, depending upon what you bring to it. I'm not talking about grapes here. This is the invitation of sexual ethics, to bring this intentionality into the encounter so that what we are doing is an experience of intimacy, is an experience of God, is an experience of connection. So I'm going to invite you to take a look at this. Imagine what this means. Imagine the history of the grape. Maybe think about communion. Maybe think about Jesus. And as you go ahead, if you like, take a bite. I recommend putting it all the way into your mouth before biting because they explode. So go ahead and throw this grape into your mouth. Experience it. Take your time to taste it. Savor the taste. There's a lot of different tastes. Maybe some of them you don't like. Maybe some of them you do like. Some of you might want to chew into the seeds. Some of you might want to spit them out. We all have a different experience of this. But what you are experiencing is not the grape. You are experiencing your own body and the sensations that are awakened by this. And this is also what happens when we begin to connect with other people. We become aware of what is within ourselves. And this, I think, is the beauty of sexual connection, of other kinds of intimate connection, is this makes us aware of who we are. And maybe we can experience the mystery that gets referred to as one flesh. Because we are all one body. We all share in the same body and blood of Christ. This is our Christian communion. This is our eating together. This is our becoming one. So, sensuality, awakening the senses, taking the time to be aware of what's here, it is a really easy thing to shift from consuming to co-creating. And I thank you all for going through that little experiment with me. I hope it was delicious.